this is how I can tell that Kevin Hart was the most successful person at that party. Was myself, Felipe Esparza was there, like all the comedians that were there. I remember thinking we all look so tired and just beat up. And Kevin Hart looks like just this beautiful man.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how I know he's just so much more successful than all of us here.
Yeah, you know what Kevin told me one day, man?
What did he say?
He told me that I'm snap your finger famous.
What does that mean?
Exactly. I'm going to tell you what it means. Big Boys Neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, back in the neighborhood. Ralph Barbosa. Welcome back to the neighborhood, bro.
What's up, big boy?
Everything been good with you?
Yeah.
Working hard or hardly working?
Both. A little bit of both.
Yeah. Are you managing your time better?
Yeah, I think so.
What does that mean?
It means I know when to call it a night.
Right.
Sometimes.
Right. And you did a show out here last night, bro. How was that for you? Do you enjoy coming out to L.A. and doing shows?
I do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like L.A. I didn't used to like it too much.
Why?
I don't know. It was scary.
What's scary about L.A.? Shit, you from Texas.
Yeah, but out here, I feel like everybody's always watching everybody.
Yeah, man.
Seeing who's walking in the room. Who do I talk to?
Had you been out here before you started comedy? Did you ever come out to L.A. or anything ever brought you out to Cali?
I came out one time during COVID because I had always wanted to see L.A.
And you came out during COVID.
It's the only time I could afford to come.
Yeah, that's the perfect time.
The world was ashy. Well, not the world, but L.A. was ashy because of at that time, there was a lot of those, the Oregon fires.
Yeah.
I make it a point to come out here every time
during the fires. Yeah, man. Because we just recently, it's still burning right now as we sit down and as we talk, bro. But yeah, we just had a big one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that it's gonna take years to recover from.
I was talking to a fireman last night about it. He was telling me that even when they're out there like trying to put the fires out, the winds would make it even harder.
Man.
He had to like run from like a tornado or fire or something like that. I don't know if he was messing with me or not.
No, he had to, bro, because we had 100 miles per hour gusts out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that we had never had a chance to see in our lives, bro. Especially, I've been not since I've been on Earth, where you really had to look at the devastation and everything, man. So thank you for coming out again. I think you bring fires with you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Bring the heat.
Hey, man, but how has it been just dating-wise? Are you dating again? Are you dating anyone? Or are you loving being single?
I like being single.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
dating around.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like Batman.
How so?
Because I only come out at night.
Yeah.
I date around rich women.
Right.
No, maybe not rich women, but I date women that want to be rich.
Hey, man, do you feel yourself ever getting in a relationship while Ralph Barbosa while you're going right now?
Yeah, I mean.
Really?
If it happens, it happens.
Right. You're not looking for it, though.
Nah, I'm not like, where's the one at?
Right. Is it harder to find somebody? And I mean, like, when I say is it harder to find somebody that's really for you, or is it easier to find somebody that you just want to hook up with?
Wait, that sounds like two separate questions.
Yeah, is it harder to find someone now?
Harder? Yeah,
that's really with you?
Yeah, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody at all. This last girl I dated, I thought there was really something there, but it was in Chicago, and I don't think I really liked it. I think it was just because it was snowing. You know what I mean? It's like,
the atmosphere.
It's all romantic.
Yeah.
Because we're kissing, and then the snow stopped, and the sun came out, and we both just stopped. We're like, whoa, who are you?
Hey, man, how long were y'all dating, or was it a hookup?
Nah, we dated for like a week.
Yeah. Is that long for you?
I mean, I was in Chicago the whole week.
Yeah,
you
see
know?
what I'm saying?
So we went on like 3-4 dates.
Hey, man, when you get to a spot, man, is it different because, people think that when you guys travel that, oh, man, you guys go everywhere. It must be fun. Is it different out on the road when you're out there by yourself? I noticed you just walked in. It was like you and your dad.
Yeah. My dad's never really on the road with me.
Right.
He came to the Hulu taping in San Diego a couple nights ago. Mm-hmm. So he just stayed with me to make sure I'm not out here messing up too bad.
Mm-hmm. What's the Hulu taping?
I recorded a special for Hulu in San Diego about 2 nights ago at the Balboa Theater.
And when does that come out for you?
August, I think, maybe.
Hey, man, is it crazy however you started to see where you are now, Ralph?
Yeah.
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 How long have you been doing comedy? I know we probably talked about this before, but refresh my memory.
Man, I started going to open mics when I was like 18 or 19. I'm 28 now, so like close. I think I had like just turned 19 maybe.
Had you always, did people always tell you were funny, or was it more sarcasm?
It was like half and half.
Yeah.
Had like when I was growing up, I was like maybe a class clown in half my classes, and then just not talking in like the other half. You know what I mean?
Did you know you wanted to do comedy
Yeah. Yeah, I
How-
always knew.
early on?
Yeah.
Were you around other comedians, or did it feel like wherever you were living at, like, man, comedy doesn't really come through here? Or did you have a spot that you can go work out at?
I feel like at home everybody had a good sense of humor.
Right. At the house, though.
Yeah. At the
So
house.
use the entertainment.
Nah. Even a lot of my family were like, dang, he's always so quiet.
I was gonna ask you that, man, because some of the most, like, there's some comedians that's very out there, and it seems like they're always on stage, almost to a point where you're like, dude, like, slow down.
Yeah.
And then there's some like you'll get around, like Dave Chappelle is funny, but Dave Chappelle isn't always trying to like cut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not And you see a lot of comedians that some are more reserved.
One time Dave Chappelle gave me weed. One time he took my mushrooms on, I don't know if it was on accident. Nah, it was on accident.
You think so?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
One time, the first time I ever met him, he came into the green room at the Improv and he was talking to us, being real cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sparked up a joint and passed it around. And the weed wasn't even really all that strong, but you know, it's Chappelle, so we were all just like,
this is the best.
Yeah. And then maybe a couple of days later, I had a bag of mushrooms, and he had a vest. I remember he had a vest on. It was actually that same night, later on that night. So he left his vest in the green room, and we were all leaving. He had already left. So I was like, man, I'm gonna take the vest. I'm not gonna keep it. I was like, I'll take it and I'm gonna bring it back tomorrow. I was like, I think he's gonna be performing again tomorrow. I'm performing again tomorrow. And so I put it on and I started acting like him.
No, you didn't. Did you put his vest on for real?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
And I put it on and I was like, just being goofy. But I put my mushrooms in the vest. And then I was leaving already. And Rene, Rene Vaca.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
He was with me that night. So he stayed at the comedy club. We're at the Hollywood Improv. So I left, and I got not even like 2 minutes down the road, and he calls me. He's like, "Yo, Chappelle just pulled back up. He wants his vest back." He's like, he's looking for his vest. And so then I came back and I gave him the vest. I was like, "Hey man, I wasn't trying to steal it or nothing." I was like, "I was gonna bring it back tomorrow. I just didn't want to leave it behind." He's like, "No. And I was like, dang. And like, it was after he left. I was like, dang, I think I left my mushrooms in the jacket pocket. I was like, how horrible would it have been if like his car got pulled over
Oh yeah.
on his way to the hotel and they got all these mushrooms that I planted.
And you the one.
Yeah.
Hey man, did you tell him you put his jacket on? Put his vest on?
Yeah, so I saw him like 2 days later, again at the Improv. And I was like, hey man, my bad again about the vest. I was like, I was like, I think I left my mushrooms in there. And he's like, no, don't worry about the vest. He's like, mushrooms. He was like, I don't know, I'll check later. And he just like kept talking and stuff. And then I think I saw him again maybe like 2 months after that. He was like, Ralph. He's like, I got those mushrooms, man. I appreciate it.
Hey man,
I wanted them back, but I was like,
that's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Hey man, how long have you been doing shrooms, or just what's your trip out on that? Like, what does that do for you?
Man, you always hear people talk about like, oh, it helps me, have revelations and makes you more in touch with nature or this, but it just gets me high as hell.
Right. So there's no wellness to it for you. You know, people are like, man, it just opened up my mind. I could create. It takes me away from, it's wellness. It's like therapy to me.
The only thing it made me better at, because I used to be like a very messy person, and one night I was having a really bad trip, and it was really in my head, and I started cleaning my entire hotel room and folding all my clothes because I was so high that I was just like, man, I just wanted to go home. I was like, I'm just gonna fold all my clothes, clean up all my stuff, so that when I'm sober and I rest again, all I got to do is wake up and go to the airport. And ever since then, like, I've become a little more of a, I wouldn't say a neat freak, but I'm definitely more neat, and I'm cleaner.
Even when you're not on shrooms?
Even when I'm not on shrooms.
So, yeah, see, you got something out of it.
Yeah.
See how it opened you up?
Yeah.
So you did get the wellness.
Yeah, this one night, I got really messed up, and I ran through a hotel, and I was, like, yelling and stuff, but small price to pay to become cleaner,
Hey, man, Do you feel like the more famous you become, the less you'll be able to do shit like that?
Nah. Oh,
But you said you was in a hotel and you were running screaming.
yeah.
So you bad tripping.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now people know you, but I think the more like the Hulu specials, the Netflix, the more you do.
I think the more I do that, I'll still be able to do it in public. I might just not get any genuine concern. People are gonna be like, he's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, be the comedian part.
Yeah.
Did it freak you out that you did something like that in public though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I really that night I really was scared that like I would become like a joke. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, if somebody calls 911, I tried calling 911 that night.
Oh, you was tripping that bad.
Every time I would dial 9 and then 1 and then I'd hang the phone
Think
back
about
up.
it.
Because there was like another voice in my head, which was like the sober me. Excuse me, the sober me.
There's
was
a water
in my
right
head,
there
like,
too. It should be cool
nice.
for you.
The sober me was just like, bro, like you're
Don't
on
do
drugs, don't do it. But I haven't done shrooms in a while actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
Is that a New Year's resolution or just like
Nah.
it is what it is?
Nah, it's just the last few times I did it, I was just having like too many bad trips back to back,
running through the
and I was
hotels and shit.
yeah. So I was like, I should chill out. So it's been like, man, 5-6 months maybe.
Do you have New Year's resolutions? Are you a resolution guy?
Nah,
Right.
I know myself too well
That you won't.
to lie to myself. Like
Yeah,
that.
man. Every year I make the same one, and I didn't make it this year.
What
I
is
already.
it?
What do you think it is?
Eat healthier.
There it is.
Yeah.
Eat healthy, work out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Eat healthier means a lot more in LA though. Because
Right.
the food out here is already a little better than in most places. So when y'all eat healthy, y'all like
grass and
give me,
oats and
yeah,
shit.
give me one leaf.
Yeah. Hey man, how do you eat? Are you a snacker like that too?
I used to be, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just me getting older or getting tired of junk.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I like salads now.
Oh, look at you. I'm responsible. Look at down here. Like, oh.
I'm always like, yo, like just give me like grilled chicken or some salmon. And when they want to give me like a burger, I'm like, come on, bro.
Man, dude, didn't you see my flicks, my specials?
Yeah,
Like, what
bro.
are you talking about, man?
But I don't know. I'm trying to be a little healthier. But
What's-
I've also been kind of drinking heavier.
Mm.
It's just, but
Yeah, that works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking will motivate
so
you.
you're eating better,
Yeah.
but you're drinking more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like a balance.
yeah.
I'll drink so much at night that in the morning I'm like, I better make up for it somehow. I've also been like working out a little more. I'm not doing like a whole lot of weight, but you know, I'll get the bar, no weights on it, and just
Just work the muscle. As you should though, bro. That's more than you were doing last year, right?
way more.
Yeah, see? So you're on your way.
Yeah.
Hey man, are you conscious of where you are now when it comes to your health and everything? Or you feel like you got some time?
Just a little bit.
Right.
I don't start to feel old until I notice things that I'm like interested in. You know what I mean?
Like salads?
Yeah, like the food stuff. But sometimes I'll notice other things. Like the other day, I've never said this before. The other day, I went to the restroom at this restaurant, and when I was coming out, there was these young dudes. They're like 20, 19, and they were waiting for me to take pictures. They're like, yo, man, I like your videos. And I took pictures with them and everything. And this is where I felt old. Is like, I was like, man, they're dressed weird.
Oh.
And I said that classic line. I was like, these kids today, they dress
Right.
weird.
Yeah, pull your pants up.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
I'm more into laid back music now. Like I used to hate country. Now I hear a country song, I'm like, that's nice.
Hey man, being from Texas, you never had a country vibe
Not really.
that you enjoyed?
Like old country has always been kind of cool, you know. Like, but now I'm like, man, let's just put on some old country music and like chill or something. But don't judge me because I know people are listening to this and like, he's from Texas, he likes country.
Right.
I know who he voted for.
Oh.
Like, I didn't vote.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't vote at all. You're like, man, you can't even stick me with that. Why you didn't vote?
I don't know. I like to
You was on the
spectate.
road. Just watch from a distance.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whatever gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, I feel like the big picture, like I'm on this earth for who knows how long.
Right.
Maybe 40, maybe 80 years.
Yeah. It's the big picture.
But in the long run, it's such a small chunk of time. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, big picture, such a small chunk of time. I don't want to leave any big implications on this world.
Right. So you saying what's the small chunk of time?
Well, you know, when did Earth start? Like,
Oh, okay. So whatever your life expectancy is,
yeah,
it's a small chunk compared to how long the Earth been around. And so you weren't talking about
my biggest fear is that I'm gonna get to heaven or hell, whichever, and like I will be there, and then we'll be watching Earth, right? Like if it's a TV channel,
right, like a Truman Show. You just looking,
yeah. So like let's say you ran for president,
right?
and I voted for Big Boy, right? And I had my I love Big Boy 2028 sticker on my bumper, and then the day after you become president, I die, right?
Right.
I go to heaven, I go to hell, wherever, and then we're watching, and then you get us nuked, or like you take us to war or something, and then everybody else in hell or heaven is like, didn't you vote for him, bro? And I'm just like, guys, come on, don't do that to me. He's like, bro,
so now in the afterlife,
yeah,
oh man, you're a big supporter.
yeah.
Hey man, is Texas different when was the movement? Because you've been around on tour, so you've seen a lot of different places. Is Texas? Is it really like when people say, "Oh man, you better not go to Texas," or it's really Trump? Do you feel that when you're in Texas?
Yeah, like the Trump love.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves Trump in Texas. It's crazy. Even like, I don't care who people vote for. I mean,
Right.
vote for who you want to vote for. You know what I mean? And whoever our president is, it's like we're still all one country, you know. But anytime anybody rides one president too hard, I'm like, bro, calm down.
Yeah, man.
Like, he's not gonna like. And I'm gonna catch a lot of hate for this. He's not gonna. No president is ever gonna change the country that much,
Right.
that we're all gonna be like, oh my god, like, aren't you glad we woke up with him as our president today? Like,
Hey, man,
my Jello tastes different.
I was just having the same conversation rolling in. I was like, man, whoever's in the White House, I said, dude, I still got to be the United States of Alexander's. Like, I got to take care of my family.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So whoever's in the White House, bro.
there's a barber that I used to work at the shop with him, at his shop, and I remember he said something along these lines, and this is what I live by. He's like, I don't care who's in the White House. He's like, I'm a motherfucking hustler. I'm sorry if I cut.
No, you good.
He's like, I'm a motherfucking hustler. He's like, I'm gonna get mine regardless.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay.
And that's the way I look at it too. Everybody up in arms and everybody, whatever it is, man, you know, when Sleepy Joe, Trump, I'm like, man, my kids got to eat. My wife, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got other shit.
Bro,
you know?
this country is so free. Like, even the stuff that the president say, like, if you don't like it, you don't necessarily gotta live by it. Like, I was listening to that. What's that thing called? The inauguration?
Yeah.
I was listening to it this morning. I didn't want to. My Uber driver was he was blasting it.
Yeah.
I was like, can we just play some Glorilla? He was like, no, you listen.
Right. No, this is our country.
But like Trump was saying, he was like, one thing we're gonna make very clear is that there is only two genders, like man and women. And it's like, bro, like, you can't stop me.
Right.
If I wanted to come out here and say I'm a woman, like,
Right.
how you gonna stop me, Trump?
Hey, man, that's crazy that's what you said, because I didn't watch, right? But that was the one thing when I was on the phone with my guy today, that's the one thing that he brought up. He was like, it's going back to two genders, male and female.
Yeah. And then he was like, we're gonna be a colorblind nation, and we'll be in a society based off merit. I was like, that
sounds presidential.
I don't want the world to be colorblind, bro.
Right. What you need, a little racism?
Yeah, I need a little race.
Yeah.
I need you to realize how different we are.
Right.
That's the only way we're gonna move forward.
Hey, man, do you open carry?
Nah. I have guns, but just because I think they're fun. But if I was out in the street and somebody wanted to try to like rob me with a gun and I don't have my gun, like, yeah, all right, just shoot me then, bro. Like, I don't want to kill nobody.
Right.
I don't think I could kill somebody.
That's good.
I'd rather just kill me.
Well, the last time you were here, you said you would have killed a homeless man to be on the neighborhood back in the day.
Yeah, that was before I had any success.
Right.
I've had a better life now. I don't want to kill nobody. I'm not mad anymore.
Hey, man, what's the difference between where you are now, successful, and where you were a few years ago?
A few years ago, I would text my grandma randomly, and I would ask her for like $20, $50. If I was really bad, maybe $100. Now my grandma hits me up like, "Yo, pay my bills.
Yeah.
It's the first of the month. But now my grandma's like, hey, you throw us a few extra $100 this month.
Did your family believe in you?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad when I hear people like rappers or like other artists talk about how nobody believed in them. I was like, that's horrible. My family loves me.
I see you travel with your dad today. That's my first time meeting your dad. Was he behind you being a comedian?
Look, I'm gonna say this. All my family, I say they all believed in me. But if there's anybody out there that you feel like your family doesn't back you up, don't be so sensitive. Because all my family, everyone who loves me, at one point or another had told me, like, hey, maybe give comedy a break when I was still like chasing it.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe just wait, come back to it later. Once you get your finances, maybe go get
out of love.
A better job. Like out of love.
Yeah.
They're not saying that they don't believe in me. They're just saying like, yo, it's been 6 years and this is losing you a lot of money and you're never home and this and this and that. Like maybe do this. But, they were still like, there was a couple times where I was like, I quit. I'm done. It's not gonna work, and they would never let me quit. They're like, no. Like, so they believe in me.
And a lot of people, Ralph, they don't understand like what it really like. Comedy doesn't pay your bills early on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some places where you're going. Most places for free, open mic nights. You putting a lot of time, and that's if you're really doing the circuit. Because now you'll see some people, and they'll kind of pop, and they'll pop with Instagram or something. They kind of cut the line. And sometimes even cutting the line doesn't last long. But people don't see a lot of, like people say, oh, I see him on social media. Oh, this guy is blowing up. But they don't see all the hard work that it took to get there before.
Yeah. The first 5 to 10 years of anybody's comedy career is just them building, like honing their craft. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then things take off. My buddy started doing comedy. I convinced him to do it. My buddy Jaime, and he's been doing it like a year, and he every now and then he'll be like, yo, I want to post a clip of this joke I did, and I'll be like, look, this is just my advice. I'm not saying it's correct. Do what you want to do, but my advice to you is your comedy is shit.
Wow.
Anybody who's doing a year into comedy, your comedy is shit. I was like, don't post the clip yet. I was like, don't do it. I was like, you're ass, bro. I was like, you're where you should be for a year in, but keep working at it. Wait another 3-4 years before you start posting clips. And he was just like, yeah, and you're going to say that. So like an hour later, we're at the Comedy Cellar in New York, and I run into Godfrey. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, I'm a big fan with her. He was like, oh, I've seen your videos, we're talking with her. And I was like, this is my buddy Jaime. I was like, he just started doing comedy too. I was like, man, what do you think about this, Godfrey? I was like, he wants to post clips, but I kind of advise. And then Godfrey cuts me off. He's like, bro, don't do it. He's like, your comedy shit. He's like, I don't even know you, but don't do it. He's like, hone your craft more. Like, keep working at it before you start posting clips.
Is it different with you being Ralph Barbosa and Jaime being with you, right? And you can give him that. And he probably may think like, oh, does he open for you or he travels with you so he get a chance to see you?
Yeah.
Did you have that with anybody else?
Nah.
Yeah.
I spoiled this man.
Right, yeah, man.
But my buddy Jaime, he's good people. And he's naturally funny. Like, sitting here with us, he would have been the funniest dude in the room. I got to do a Bobby Lee's podcast like over a year ago already, right? I got invited onto Tiger Belly. And I grew up watching Bobby Lee. Like on Mad TV. My buddy Jaime was like a big Bobby Lee fan. So I'm like, yo, come with me so you can meet him. And as soon as we walked in, Bobby Lee's like, yo, who's this dude? What's up with you, man? And he's just like, oh, I'm Jaime with her. They hit it off. He liked Jaime's energy, and now Jaime's like his co-host on the Tiger Belly podcast.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy, right?
Hey, man, but I probably seen him then.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that is how with certain relationships, too, not that he could cut the line, but he cut you, like you walked him in.
He cut a lot of lines.
Hell yeah, he did. And then, but you didn't have that. And I think that with social media now, it's kind of hard to tell somebody don't post for 3 or 4 years when instantly we want to post right now.
Well, I tell them that about stand-up. Now, on the podcast, I don't know much about the podcast, bro. And Jaime's, I feel like when you're on a podcast, it's all about like your personality and stuff. Jaime's so likable. I was happy to see him do that. I remember when they texted me, the producer in Tiger Belly texted me, he's like, hey, bro, could we have Jaime's contact info? I was like, yeah. And I was with Jaime. So as soon as I sent Jaime's info, I said, hey, man, have your phone on full volume, full blast. I was like, I think they're going to call you about something important. And yeah, they called him to do it.
Why you didn't hate on him, though?
Because that's my boy.
Oh, okay,
the,
I was
the
just
whole
wondering.
reason I even brought him with me to like.
So you can stop borrowing money from you? Like, man, get your own, man, please.
Nah, the whole reason I brought him with me into every room I'd go into is because I always thought he's just so funny. And I'm like, yo, check this dude out. And then
That's dope.
I'd kind of put the pressure on Jaime. You know, I'd be like, hey, do that thing you do.
Right, like the kid dance.
Yeah.
Come on out here and entertain us. But you didn't have that for yourself.
Yeah, I didn't have it for myself. But it's like a blessing and a curse when you get to cut line. You ever seen that comedian Cam Patterson?
Nah.
Man, that dude's funny.
Can you Google him up so I can see him real quick? I've probably seen this by face.
He had only been doing comedy like a year, maybe 2 tops. I don't remember. You know, you got to do your research. But Cam Patterson has been doing comedy like a year or 2.
I've seen him.
Before he just kind of popped off and started headlining shows. Very few comedians have had to rise to the occasion like that. Like Angela Johnson, she did.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like to watch comedians, you know, have to rise to the occasion and deliver. Like that's impressive. And I'm not saying Jaime's doing as good as Cam Patterson. It's like 2 different things, you know. But I respect people who get put on the spot super fast and they deliver. Like that's hard. I don't think I would have been able to do that. And
Angela, she had tapped into like Mad TV, so she was kind of honing comedy, you know, because I've known her since like with Joe Grande, she was was she a Raider at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew her before, like I didn't even know she was funny. She was quick. And then she got Mad TV, and now you see her, and she's a brand now.
Yeah.
You know?
I think she said that, and again, I might be getting this wrong, you know, like do
like
your
half the stuff you
research,
say?
but
Right.
but she I think when she first started popping off, she said she had like 25 minutes of material tops, maybe not even.
Yes, but some people don't even have a good 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe she had 25, but was it a good 25 too?
Yeah.
How do you continue to write now? Because we see Netflix, now you're doing Hulu, and for a person that cares about comedy, it's like, you know, when you go see Chris Brown or you see somebody, name any artist, you want to hear the records that you know. You know what I'm saying? But with comedy, y'all not afforded that same thing. It's like, oh, we already heard that. Oh, that's old. As opposed to getting up there and being Usher and singing the hits.
Yeah, that's honestly, it's not fair.
Right, yeah.
They get music too. They get like beats and stuff.
Yeah, and they already get this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I just, sorry, I just got to keep getting on stage. That's why we came out here to LA like the day after we taped the Hulu special. So I was like, man, I just want to go out there, and I've performed like a lot of times in LA already. So I know sometimes when people come to the shows, they're like repeat viewers. You know?
You got to be careful of that too with the material.
Yeah, so like it puts the pressure on me. Like think of something. But sometimes I just be straightforward with the audience. I'll be like, look, I'm out of ideas. You say something.
Right.
What you got?
It's a trust tree. What you got for me?
And I feel bad because it's like I know they paid money to come see me, and then I'm like, you give me that. Like it feels like a self checkout of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, yo, sell yourself this item real quick.
I think he was funny. Hey man, do you sit now and when you do something like that, when you're live, and you know that a joke, do you take it and say, okay, I know this one killed. Let me add that. Let me tighten this one up. Are you always constantly adding to something?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about phones? Do you allow phones in your show still?
I mean, because I have to. Like there's a service that I've seen other comedians do where they pay money to like they rent out those bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to start doing that because sometimes the phone could be distracting.
Right.
And it's way better.
What about when you tightening up a joke and it gets released because somebody's in the audience recording it?
That does like luckily that doesn't really happen.
Okay, cool.
But there are times where like man, I forget that we have that part of the Instagram where it's like photos you've been tagged in. And so every now and then I'll check those and there'll be a clip of like from the show and it's a joke, you know what I mean? That's like half the joke and I'm just like, why did I have to clip that part?
Yeah.
But then I'll look at it and they got like 6 likes. I'm like,
Yeah. You know, they're not talking to anyone.
Yeah.
They're not talking to anyone.
this person don't got no followers.
Ani went to go see you last night, and she said that somebody screamed for you to talk about George.
Yeah, this lady in the front.
Yeah.
I was like, lady, you should have come to a show like a year and a half ago.
Right. Yeah. And she said that your comment was pretty much like, dude, the guy already apologized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been here.
When
we've
that
done
whole
that.
thing happened, George Lopez called me and he was cool as hell.
Did you get her thrown out?
Nah.
Oh, you should have, man. You're changing now. You're eating better. You know what I'm saying? You grew your hair out, you know?
I threw her out myself.
Yeah, like don't
I'm
get her
still
thrown
humble,
out.
big boy.
Right.
I do the work myself.
Do the dirty work yourself.
I grabbed
see.
her like how Uncle Phil used to grab Jasmine
And throw
her
him out the front.
She was like,
Hey man, I see you growing your hair though. Is there a new look? Or are you working on something?
Nah, I don't know. I got tired of getting haircuts all the time and making the appointments.
Right.
It's not a new look. I've given up.
Right. Hey man, do you feel now? Do you get recognized even more so now, Ralph?
I think it's less. I think all my hype is dying down.
How so?
Yeah, about a year from now, watch. I'll be killing homeless people again just to get on
Damn,
the
just
show.
get back on the show. Hey, you know what, bro? I'll let you back on. Hey man, is being known though? Is it a gift and a curse?
Yeah. It's a gift because sometimes people will recognize you at restaurants and give you free food.
Hello.
But it's a curse because then you're eating the free food and they keep interrupting you for pictures. It's
Right.
like, damn, the food was free, but it's so cold now.
Do you take pictures with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, like, if I've ever said no to you, it's such a rare occasion and I have to be in an extreme rush. But it's so hard for me to say no. Even if I'm like, I don't want to take pictures, I'm in a rush, I'm 15 minutes late to something, I'm just like, I'll try to put on a mad face to just run, you know, and look like I don't want to be bothered. And they'll be like, Ralph, can I get a picture? I'll be like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey man, this is my 31st year in radio. I've never said no to a picture.
Never?
Never.
You think you're better than me, right?
Yeah.
Because I said no twice.
Yeah, and that's why I set the question up like that. I wanted to hear you say yours. You know what I'm saying? But you came with yours like, oh, you know, but even so it had some heart to it. I was looking for you to say, oh, when I'm eating, I don't want nobody coming up to me. When I was looking for that so then I could hit you with mine. You know what I'm saying? I was
taking every picture.
Every picture.
Well, how famous are you? What if it's only been like 2 pictures a year?
Well, I've taken both those pictures. I've taken both of those pictures. Don't. It doesn't matter about my percentage. You know what I'm saying? If it's 1 million people.
Are you telling me like your wife is in the
100%.
delivery room giving birth to like your kid?
Right.
And right before you walk in, they're like, hurry up, get in here. We got Big Boy Jr. being born. Get in here. And somebody stops you for a picture. You're going to stop and take the picture?
I'll take it.
What? You're crazy. You're an insane
Ralph,
person.
My mom was in the hospital dying.
And you took the picture?
And the staff asked me, would I take a picture? My mom had been in the hospital for like a month. I was there every day.
At least they waited a month.
Yeah,
you know?
but I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was there. And this like when you say at least they waited a month, they never asked me for pictures. Never asked. And so my mom was in intensive care. And then one day when I was leaving, one of the nurses said, hey, could I take a picture with you? Oh, yeah. Then the other one came, and I was like, okay. Then the third one. And then it started to dawn on me. I was like, they know something about my mom that I don't know.
Bro.
And they know I'm not going to be back. And my mom died the next morning.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so.
That's why.
That was a downer.
That's why I wish I was. That's why I wish I was more stupid. You know.
Right.
Because I hate when I catch on to things like that.
Right.
Like I was at the airport, and they started playing that song by Mariah Carey, like "We Belong Together."
Yeah.
And then the next song came on, and it was just like real chill. And I was like, "Why is every song so relaxing?" And I was like, "Why are they trying to relax me?"
Right.
Like, how dangerous is flying? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Why do they need to keep us calm? Why don't they play some rock and roll?
Right,
If flying was really safe, they would have been like, yeah, you guys ready for this flying?
Yeah.
Whoa. You know what I mean?
Who's ready?
Yeah, something.
Do you fly a lot?
Yeah.
Are you afraid of flying?
Yes.
Do you get anxiety? Yeah.
I can't even sleep the night before a flight. I've been flying twice a week for the last 2.5 years. I'll sleep on the plane, heavy though.
Oh, you will sleep on the plane?
Yeah. Hey, but you know what you made me think of right now?
What's
This
that?
might be I could write this down for a joke. I'm going to say it on here so I can look back at this later like I'm looking back at study notes. When you were saying that one nurse took a picture with you, and then another one, and then another one. It always happens like that, you know?
Yeah.
There's one, they're like maybe the whole staff of a restaurant wants to take pictures, but it'll always be that one that breaks the ice, and then the next one. Fans are like Latino Trump supporters. It just takes one to come out
Right.
before the next one's like, hey, me too. Hey, me too.
Over here. Like, coming out the bushes, they call us. Hey, man, or what about when you're about to leave? Everything is cool at first, and then you're about to leave, and you're like, man, I've been here for like an hour. I could have taken every picture. But when you're about to leave, I didn't mean to bother you.
Yeah, but I appreciate that. I guess in their mind, they were like, let's let them be. Meet and everything, yeah. But I don't care.
Hey, man, you ever taken pictures with people that you knew didn't know you, but they saw other people taking pictures with you?
Yeah, I had people ask me. I was
Who are you again?
I was at a, what do you call it? Hollister. Don't judge me. And you know what's messed up about Hollister?
What's a Hollister?
You never been inside a Hollister store?
Mm-mm.
There's Abercrombie and Hollister, like the stores.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, okay. Let me preface
now.
This
Watch,
story.
I see it every time now. You know when you see and you learn something like, man. All right, watch.
I'm gonna preface this story by saying that when I was a kid, I was very judgmental of Hollister. Mm-hmm. It's very preppy clothes. It's like California surf vibes, you know.
Damn, it's been around that long. I'm thinking there's some new shit. All
yeah,
right. But I used to be 500 pounds, so I wasn't walking through no Hollister anyway.
Yeah, you weren't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So when I was a kid, I used to be like, damn, man. You know, when you're a kid, you, like, not that I was just like, damn, Hollister store's kind of gay, and then now, so like a few months ago, I would walk by, and I would see the mannequin wearing like a NASCAR jacket. And I was like, the hell? And I walk by again, it's wearing like camo pants, and then it's wearing like car shirts, and now Hollister's turned into like this kind of Southern style clothes, and I like it. And I was like, damn, does that mean I'm gay?
Nah.
But anyway,
they got you.
I was in Hollister, right, and started taking pictures, and it turned into a lot of people taking pictures. To be fair, I was back in like where I grew up.
Right.
You know, but I remember this one girl comes up to me for a picture, and she's like, I don't know who you are, but everybody's taking pictures, so I got to get mine in.
Yeah.
I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to mess with her, though. I wanted her to be like, I'm a sex offender.
Right.
She would have been like,
You didn't hear my work? Hey, man, you know what's crazy about that is I get it, too, where somebody be like, it'll be someone I'm like, they don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or I get somebody like, oh, my God, I love all your music. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever you take it for, I'm fine with it.
In honor of my buddy Rene Vaca, I like mentioning him whenever people can't remember my name. I was walking out of a gas station, and the dude stopped me. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "Aren't you that guy, the comedian?" I was like, "That's right, bro. I'm Rene Vaca. Thank you."
Mm-hmm. Your hair's starting to get a little Rene Vaca-ish, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Rene's crazy with his hair. You ever seen his routine? Before every little...
Like him combing?
If he sees a camera coming from around the corner, he'll pull out the comb real quick. And then he'll carry on.
Hey, man, he a star, though.
He is. He's a superstar.
If the world don't know it, the entire world don't know it yet, he knows it.
I wanna get on the road. We actually been talking about it. It'd be Rene, Ken Flores, and myself. Because in the Latino world, I feel like the three of us are doing some damage online. And I was pitching it to Rene. And he's from the West Coast, so the way I was telling him, I was like, think about it, bro. I was like, we could be like the Hispanic comedian version of like the Three Wise Men of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like the Biggie Smalls, the Tupac, and the Eazy-E. I was like, Ken Flores will be Biggie because they're both they got the same haircut, you know.
Go ahead.
I got to fade with the lineup.
Just on the haircut alone.
Yeah. I'll be Eazy-E because he's the shortest one. And, I'll probably die of AIDS myself as well.
There it is. This motherfucker, boy. Jesus Christ.
And then I was telling Rene, I was like, you be Tupac, because I was like, you're the main one. You wear all the jewelry, and you just don't give a fuck. You got that energy. And Rene was like, yeah. He's like, I like that. He's like, but I don't want to be Tupac. He goes, I want to be Diddy. I was like, all right, I don't think I want to tour no more.
Right. All right, let me go ahead and cancel this tour. Hey, man, do you meet famous people?
Yeah. One time I got to go to a party at the house of the CEO of Netflix.
Oh yeah. They say he throw a hell of a party where all the comedians come out.
Yeah. It was like a garden party, like a brunch party. And sometimes I feel kind of rude because I don't have such a great memory for a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you meet people, and you know how it is. Like sometimes you meet people And you're like, hey, it's nice to meet you. And they're like, we've met before. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, you know. So I think some of the comedians that I would meet there were like trying not to run into that problem. So they'd be like, yo, how are you? It's good to see you. And I was like, I've never met you in my life. I'm
good to see you again.
I'm like, nice to meet you, Jim Gaffigan.
Right. Nice to meet you. Are you good with other comedians? Like, you know, do you like being around other comedians, or do you just like kind of being with?
I like being around certain comedians.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, whether you're a comedian or not, it's just like, it depends if you know, if I vibe with you like as a person and stuff. Yeah. Polite. I got to meet Kevin Hart at that party, and he was like real cool. And he had actually not, we hadn't met before, but he told me, he's like, oh man, he's like, I heard about something you did. And then I remember he goes, he's like, hey man, people around you, they speak very highly of you. Yeah. And I didn't know what to say back. So I was just like, you know, thank you, Kevin Hart. I was like, people speak highly of you as well. Because they do, you know?
Right.
It's Kevin Hart.
You didn't really say that, did you?
Yeah.
No.
He kind of laughed.
Did you really? So you had nothing else?
Right. Yeah, the only thing that was going through my mind was, I was like, this is how I can tell that Kevin Hart was the most successful person at that party. Was myself, Felipe Esparza was there, like all the comedians that were there. I remember thinking we all look so tired and just beat up. And Kevin Hart looks like just this beautiful man.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how I know he's just so much more successful than all of us here.
Yeah, hey man, fuck Kevin Hart. For real, man. And Kevin, you know why I'm saying, man, fuck Kevin Hart, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what Kevin told me one day, man?
What did he say?
He told me that I'm snap your finger famous.
What does that mean?
Exactly. I'm going to tell you what it means. He said, Big, you know, Big, you like snap your finger famous. And I'm like, what does that mean? He said, people look at you, go, you know what I'm saying? And I remember one night we were walking out, and Kevin's my guy, so we always fuck with each other. But one night we were walking out, and he had his bodyguard or his security with him, right? And I don't have bodyguards. It was me and my wife walking out, but security was escorting us out. And he looked over at me, he was like, Big. He said, why do you have security around you? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Kevin Hart. Like, why are they walking you out? You know what I'm saying? But that's snap your finger famous, man. Wait till you get real cool with Kevin, and he'll totally cut you down and disrespect you too. I think it's totally out of love.
I'm with it.
Yeah. Or just because I'm taller than he is.
I remember the funniest part of that party to me was the CEO dude. He got everybody.
The CEO dude.
He was like, everybody gather around.
And what's the CEO's name again?
Ted Lasso.
Okay, all right.
No, that's the dude from the show.
Right.
Ted Sarandos.
Yeah, okay, because right? I hear other people, yeah.
Sorry.
Teddy Pendergrass.
They got called him Ted Lasso
right.
at the party a couple times. It's probably why I didn't get that next Netflix special.
Yeah, hey man, but no, you say you bad on remembering people though.
Anyway, hold on. I remember this story. Oh, I don't even know if I should say. Nah,
no, say this shit.
All right, this is the funniest part of the party. So Ted Lasso gathers everybody around, right? And he's giving out this cool speech. He's like, "Yo, thank you guys all for being here." Something. And I remember he brings up like, he's like, there's an old Chinese story, and some people think it means good luck is bad luck, and I forgot what it was. He's like, this Chinese story, it's this ancient Chinese story, and it goes like this and that. And while he's saying it, what's the guy's name? He was on The Hangover.
Oh shit. Snap your finger. Damn, give me The Hangover.
It was Chow, man. I just don't remember his real name.
The Hangover.
Oh, Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong, isn't it?
Ken Jeong. Oh yeah, Dr. Ken Jeong.
He's standing next to Felipe, and I'm on the other side of Felipe while he's doing it. He's like, "This is ancient Chinese story. It goes like this." And Felipe taps Ken, and he's like, "Hey, bro, is that true?"
Hey man, Felipe's that much of a piece of shit that he would say that.
I fucking love that guy because he was the guy at the party. Nobody wanted to ask for pictures, And you could hear people say it like every now, because everybody's like hopping from this conversation to that conversation. Everybody was like, "Oh man, this is so cool, right?" It's like I kind of want to take pictures, but I don't want to be the guy to ask. Like I don't think nobody wants to take pictures here. And I wanted to take pictures, but I was like, nah, you know, I'm the rookiest rookie here. Right. I feel like I was like, I definitely don't want to be the guy. And Felipe would just go up to people, was like, "Yo, my wife's gonna take a picture real quick," and he knew I was scared, so he'd be like, "Ralph, come on."
That's dope.
So I'm like in the picture with like the parents from that '70s show with Felipe, and like random. Some people didn't even know we were taking them. Me and Felipe would just get behind them.
Hey man, Felipe is hilarious. I remember doing one time the Dodgers was playing, and this is probably online somewhere, and it was like an interview that was going on with the Dodgers, and this dude accidentally like. It was like so Felipe. He walked on the field, but didn't know that he was in the live shot. And and you know Felipe belly out, and he would just walk, and he looked so fucking. You just looked at him, and he didn't do it on purpose. Like, hey, you know, what do I do, fool? Or nothing. That was just him. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those comedians as well, man. That he just give you him. You know what I'm saying? That dude will walk on. He'll walk on stage in an Adidas sweatsuit or how he want to walk on. It's no preparing people to be Felipe Esparza.
People don't realize how much he's into. Just like he has like what do you call it? Like extensive knowledge. Mm-hmm. Like you can bring up a subject and he
tapped in.
Yeah, he's tapped in. He reads a lot.
Did he tell you about when he fought the dude and what did he do? Bit his ear off or something?
Yeah, I've seen that story online.
Yeah, man.
He got me into that
Biting
one
ears?
author. No. He got me into Charles Bukowski. That's the name of the author, right?
You tell us.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just new. I'm new to the reading.
Right. Right. All right, watch this. Ask me again. Say it again. He got you into what?
He got me into Charles Bukowski.
The author?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man. Yeah. Yeah. Good work.
I was at his podcast studio at Felipe's, and he had all these books, and I just picked a random one, and it was called like the ship. What is it? The ship is sinking, and the captain's out to lunch or something like that. I might be getting the name of the book wrong, but Charles Bukowski just writes like a page a day of random thoughts he has or what he did that day, and I bought that book, and it was so interesting to me because I'm very like bitter on the inside of my mind. Like I'll be having a bad day, and I'll just be in my head, like at the airport, talking shit about everybody. Oh. And it's very
like
much that
like,
energy.
Fat bitch.
Yeah, right. So I carry that book with me when I travel. It's in my backpack, like always, and it makes me feel better.
Have you read it? Is it a one like a page like
every?
It's not continuous. It's just you can pick. Oh,
yeah. So like every day might be like a page or two. Some are like maybe one day he wrote 4 pages or something. But it's tight. He'll be like, I was at the track today, and this dude, this maniac, was going crazy, ripped up his tickets. Like he's just some piece of shit, like talking shit about people.
Would you write like that?
I think I could write like that.
Yeah,
I think, but you know, that's why I like stand up though, because I don't have the patience to write a whole book.
Right.
I like to write a couple ideas and then go, you know, it's funny, right?
Hey man, do you feel like, you know, some people say, man, they'll give up comedy. Like some people just say, "Oh, this my last go around." Do you ever? And I know it's very early for you, but do you ever could see yourself without some kind of comedy in your life?
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's the same with me with either radio or entertainment. Like even if I say, "Oh, you know, I'm not gonna do the mornings, I'm not gonna do radio," it's still something in you.
Yeah.
That's a part of you.
This is your craft, man.
Yeah.
You never did it for a paycheck anyway.
Right.
Well, I don't know about you. I didn't.
No, I did. I just wanted to be in entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just wanted it. I didn't know what somebody made, and I just fell in love with like hip hop and and lifestyle. So it was like that's what I just wanted to be. I never thought about being a radio personality. I just wanted to be next to entertainment.
You kind of just like found your groove.
Yeah.
Getting where you fit in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love that. I love entertaining too. I like when I was a kid, me and my grandma would go to Mexico every summer. On the last, sometimes my grandma wouldn't even wait till the last day of school. It'd be like 3-4 days left. She'd be like, "Now we're going. Come on." And at the border, I would see little kids play like ukuleles or like the accordion. And I remember they'd get like tips and stuff from like people crossing the border in their cars. They just walk around in the heat, just playing and stuff. I told my grandma, because we went to a store one day where they were selling those little accordions like for kids. I was like 5 or 4 or something like that. I I told my grandma to buy me one and to take me to the border.
So you could play.
Yeah, in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna start pulling my weight around here.
Right,
Like,
right,
I'm gonna
right.
Take care of us, you know.
I got it, man.
And I remember my aunt. She even packed me a lunch, and my grandma woke me up like at 4 or 5 in the morning to take me to the border, and because she was like, she says that in her mind she's gonna take me, and then I'd freak out, and then we'd go back home. But she says that I got off the car. I don't really remember that part, but she says that I got off the car and I started walking off. And then she asked me, like, do you even know how to play? And I was like, nah, but, I'll pick up watching the other kids. And, yeah, I don't know. I just imagined that me and the other kids would be playing and there'd be like a lunchtime and we're all just like, tough day on the bridge day, huh? But she got me back in the car. She was like, nah. But I always wanted to
But you
do
knew
something.
You knew that you wanted to be a part of either entertainment or like something, bitch. Even then, she was probably trying to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
But you got a different sense out of what was going down.
I always knew I wanted to do something where I needed an audience. I'm an attention hog.
Same.
I need to create something and then show it to people and they'd be like, yeah, that's good, But I also knew that I never wanted it to be something like important.
Right. Just enough.
Yeah. Like if I I never wanted to like build something groundbreaking, like this guy built something that can turn air into water. Like, nah.
You just, I just want to, but other people trying to get it. I'm good here.
Yeah.
I'm good here.
I remember my uncle had this book and it was like thick, like a dictionary. And it was full of dirty jokes. And I remember thinking like, I don't know who all wrote these jokes, but you look at this book and there was just hours and hours of work behind putting this book together, but all that work just with the intention of just making somebody laugh, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And spreading some dirty jokes. Like, I love that. I love a lot of work that goes into something really silly.
When did you find your voice though? You know how there's some comedians that'll say, oh, I got up and I used to do, mama jokes and mess with the crowd. And then somebody said, man, you got to tell your story. You got to tell people who you are. When did you find your voice? Man, or had you always had it?
I think that I think even when I had it, I maybe didn't know I had it.
Mm-hmm.
I was very self-conscious of my voice growing up and like how I sound.
Mm-hmm.
So I would never really talk unless it was to say a joke.
Right.
So I had a pretty good gauge and like the confidence to know like if I was in class and the teacher's talking about something, I'm like, if I said this, I bet people would laugh, especially the way I sound. But if the teacher would want to call on me to like, does anybody know the answer? Like,
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't want to do it because if I'm speaking serious, I was afraid that somebody would laugh, and I'm not trying to. Like they wouldn't laugh with me; they'd laugh at me because my voice always to me sounded weird. My friend Alex was always good at talking to girls when we were kids. I remember we were at the mall, and he'd just start a conversation with a girl. And he would be like, just do it. And I'd be like, nah, man, because you sound so smooth. You're like, hey, girl, what's your name? And I'm over here like, hey, like, what you doing? Yeah.
But and when I say also just your voice, not just your octave, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but like my style,
yeah,
or my personality.
Yeah.
I think that just came from like being on stage so much.
And just doing it, putting the hours in.
Yeah. I think you really find your voice once you feel so comfortable on stage that like nobody can throw you off. If I'm on stage and somebody starts heckling me or anything, it almost feels like come on, like you're in my house, like calm down. Like I feel like once I had just been on stage so much that it felt like my home, no matter what stage it is, whether it be at the Hollywood Improv or some club in Kentucky, whatever. Like it's always gonna feel like my home. I wasn't raised in Kentucky, but if I played at a club in Kentucky tonight, that stage would feel like my home. It'd feel like you're visiting my house.
What about now when, at one point, man, we were seeing like, Dave Chappelle got attacked. People was jumping on stage. You ever had somebody in the audience that got mad at something you said, or you ever had a confrontation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Chicago. But that dude was really drunk. But to be fair, so was I.
Right.
And he was like, he wasn't talking, but I see him kind of like moving around. He was in the front row. And I asked his buddy next to him, I'm like, yeah, all right? And his buddy's like, yeah, my bad, bro. He's just a little drunk, but he's good. And I told the dude, I was like, hey, man, I know you messed up. I was like, but I appreciate you not yelling. A lot of drunk dudes just don't stop yelling. I was like, you can't sit still, but at least you're not yelling, and I had like moved on. I was like in the middle of my joke now, and that dude just like stands up. And he's like, "What's up?"
Oh shit.
And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "What's up?" He's like, "What you got?" And I had a few drinks in me. I never react like this, but again, maybe this is me just getting older, you know. And but I just reacted so mad. I was like, "Motherfucker, don't come to my show and talk to me like that." I was like, "You want to see what I got? Hop on the stage." And his buddy got him out of there.
Oh shit.
But if he had been drunk and I was sober, I probably wouldn't have reacted like that.
Right.
If I was sober, I would have been like, "Get this guy out of here, man." But I'm
But you
drunk.
met him how he met you,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, like we're both degenerates, motherfucker. I'll prove it to you.
Hey man, but you never had anything other than like that's enough though. And plus, was it a smaller club where he could have actually got on stage?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like,
man.
it was at Zany's in Chicago, right there. They're like right, like how I'm right here. They can do their homework on my stage.
Damn. And you don't roll with like security,
Nah,
right? So
if
you
I die.
Yeah. Say it again.
I'm a man of the people. If I die, I die.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give your life for comedy. Yeah,
Not for comedy, but
right,
for
right.
the people.
Right. For the people.
Yeah.
For the people of Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey man, do you have an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
That's you?
No.
Nah. But
I had to get OnlyFans because Pornhub got banned in Texas.
oh. Dude, yeah, I forgot about that.
I think OnlyFans was behind it.
So you have an OnlyFans membership. Like you go in and you check on other people in OnlyFans?
Yeah, but I travel so much that if I ever do want to look up porn, like if I'm in the state where they still have Pornhub, I'll just do that to save some money.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, I don't even use my OnlyFans. I haven't been home long enough to even use the OnlyFans account.
And you know what's crazy, man? I forgot that they banned porn in Texas.
Yeah.
What is, and I don't want to say what it look like. That sounds crazy, but what is that? So if you go on to like
Murder rates have gone up.
Really though,
I don't know,
probably.
I don't know.
What do you see when it's banned in Texas?
It's just like a goodbye letter. It's just like, yo, we're so sorry.
As much shit as they do in Texas, a grown man can't go on and look at like a Pornhub.
Not on Pornhub. You can go to other websites where, maybe you don't get 1080p, but you can watch some 240 digital pixely porn. But no Pornhub. Sorry, folks.
Damn. Make you want to move out of Texas, huh?
Nah.
Okay.
Still.
Hey man, do you ever get the enoughs where, like, say for instance you're from Texas, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever get the Latino enough? Is he Mexican enough? Is he Texas enough? Is he? Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is every Mexican from every state thinks they're more Mexican than Mexicans from other states. So, like, if I was in Wisconsin talking to Mexicans and I was just like, in California, they're more Mexican than in Wisconsin, they'd be like, no, they're not, because they do this and they do that. And then in California, I think it's.
I'm not even Mexican, and I was like Wisconsin. I was like, no,
Yeah, but I think California Mexicans probably take the most pride in it. So like Mexican dude from California might give me shit for being from Texas. Be like, Texas, y'all do this and do that. I'm like, yeah, you live there? They'd be like, no.
Who got better tacos?
You asked me this one time.
Yeah.
And I answered
I'm
at
gonna
that
go
time,
back to
and
it.
that's it. No, it's good.
No, I'm gonna go back to the footage too, see if you changed.
We've already talked about this before.
Right.
Big boy.
You got hurt, huh?
Somebody
in Texas stepped up to you because you said it was California.
It was California.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Wow,
it's not
you
fair,
dissing
man.
your home state. That's crazy.
I'm not
man.
dissing my own state.
That's what it sounds like,
But
though.
I'm a man of the people, and they deserve the truth.
You know what, man? You said it. If you are a man of the people.
I am. They deserve the truth. And you know what? If we're gonna talk about the truth, Chicago has better Mexican food than L.A. How you feel about that, big boy? Not so big now, are you? I'm a man of the people.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. See, every time I go to Chicago, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little afraid. I stay in the safe zones.
Oh, yeah.
I stay in my hotel. But this last time, big boy, I visited the trenches,
Right.
the crevices.
Right.
I found parts of Chicago where people were coming at me like Bane from Dark Knight Rises.
Right. So you finally left out of
They were like, you
the
came
safe
back
hotel
to die with your city.
and you came out
I
one time
I went to the south side.
and you found a taco spot.
I found the taco spots, multiple. I found different crap. Some places they were like speakeasy. They're so hole in the wall restaurants. I don't even know if one of them was a restaurant. I think it was literal hole in the wall to some Mexican lady's house. She's just so polite. She's like, come in, sit down.
No prices and shit.
I was like, what do you want? She's like, I don't know, just cover my light bill. I'm like, all right, I got you,
man. You're like, man, they had couches in there. It was very nice, man. A little TV. And,
a Mexican dude on the couch with a wife beater on watching soccer.
Hey, man, but you know what's wild about that, bro, is that you're wrong. But you know what, man? I know you probably got to go to Chicago soon, and that's probably why you said it. You know what I'm saying? I
don't got a trip booked to Chicago anytime soon.
Right. Well, but they're going to welcome you with open arms, man.
Yeah, I was there about a week ago.
About a week ago.
About a week ago. Yeah. I was supposed to do 2 shows there. But look, I'll say this, though. Chicago and L.A. show like Chicago and California. I do love California, man. California shows a lot of love. The whole country shows love. But Chicago and California sell my shows out the fastest.
Yeah.
I booked like 2 shows in Chicago, or maybe 2 or 4. It's 2 nights. I just know it's 2 nights. And those shows sold out so fast. They're like, you want to add more? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to go work out a few sets before taping the special, you know? Man, I ended up there for like a week and 2 days. I was there like 9 days.
Is that when you had the relationship?
Yeah. I fell in love. I got my heart broken.
Yeah. Hey, good Mexican food.
I haven't been in a city for 9 days in a long time. I lived a lifetime in 9 days. Bro.
Hey, man, did you start getting like, oh, I got to cut right. Oh, this will take me right back to the hotel. You start realizing like where you are. Like, I know how to get back to the hotel from here.
I was part of the community. I lived life in dog years.
Right.
I was there a week and a half, but in my eyes, I was there like 3 years. It was like on Interstellar. You remember when they go on that planet? And then 1 hour on that planet is 7 years back on Earth. And they get stuck there for like an hour and a half. I don't know what it was. And then they go back up into space. And the dude at their little mothership was waiting for them.
Tell them how long it's been.
He was like, you guys were gone 20 years. I came back home and my dad was older. He got gray hair.
Hey, man, is it different traveling with your dad?
Yeah, this is the first time he comes on a trip with me.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I would, because I've always been afraid of my dad. You know, it's my dad, and I thought that I would be like nervous and not want to fuck up around him. But now I've been drinking like crazy.
Yeah, as you should.
But he's gonna lecture me pretty soon.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna get on my ass.
He's gonna wait.
We had some alone time. We haven't had like a one-on-one time for the last few days. But before coming here, we stopped at a Chick-fil-A, and there were so many times where I thought he was about to
say something.
He was like, you know, last night that was funny what that one comedian said on stage. I'll be like, oh,
be like, you know, that Polynesian sauce is better than the other.
Yeah. I was
like, don't do this. What I want to do with you, man, I want to do a thing which you call the Hat of Forbidden Questions. I don't think I've ever put you in the Hat of Forbidden Questions.
Oh, man.
All righty. Now I'm going to ask you, not regular questions like, oh, when does the Hulu special come out? You know, how long have you been doing comedy? These are questions that you're going to have to think about. Do you really want to answer these questions from the Hat of Forbidden Questions? If there's a question that is too hard for you or too much, we do this thing where you have to tap out. And not only are you tapping out, I don't want Felipe Esparza to be like, oh, he tapped out on 2 food, you know what I'm saying? Or then people say, oh, he's not raza enough. Look how he tapped out on us. So it's a lot of weight that you're going to be carrying on this Hat of Forbidden Questions. But
Big boy, why are you coming at me with this on MLK Day? This is a holiday. We shouldn't even be here right now.
Right. And this is the perfect day.
Let's do it.
All righty, Hat of Forbidden Questions. All right. Okay.
Is that where you went to go print?
Yes.
He's sandbagging me.
What was the last thing you stole? Like, and you knew I'm stealing this.
A hairbrush.
From?
My friend Jaime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did Jaime know you stole his brush?
Yeah.
Right.
I've stolen 3 of them from him in the last month.
He has the good brushes.
Yeah.
I heard Rene Vaca got good combs and brushes too, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever stolen a joke?
From Jaime.
Oh, okay.
It actually ended up on Comedy Central. But he helped me write it. But it was his joke. And then this was before he started doing stand-up. And then I was like, yo, man. I was like, I did that joke. I was like, it really worked. And I was like, can you help me keep tweaking it? And then I ended up doing it like 5 years later on Comedy Central.
And it kills?
It kills.
Yeah.
But to pay him back, I've written like a lot of his jokes.
All righty. Hat of Forbidden Questions. Ralph Barbosa, what's your body count?
I don't.
If it's too much, tap out.
I don't count them. I just enjoy them.
Right. Greater than?
I don't know how many ice creams I've had, but I know I've liked every single one.
That's true. Greater than 20?
Yeah.
Greater than 30?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Keep it real with us, though, bro.
I'm keeping it real. I don't know. Maybe.
Mm.
I'm pretty. Yeah, maybe. I think so.
Right. 50?
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 30, 40, but not 50, right? Now you're just getting tacky. Had a forbidden questions. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
15. She was 18.
Older
She
woman.
made a man out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still see her?
On Facebook.
Right.
She has a family.
Oh. Hey, man. So she knows that when she looks, she like, man, she know that that's Ralph Barbosa. Like, she know you now.
She's always known me. She's cool.
15 years of age.
Yeah,
now she got a family.
Yeah.
Do you think her family know?
Nah.
I wonder if they ever seen you like on like TikTok or something like that and be like, hey,
I
Mom,
had a
look at
chance
this.
to see her at a gathering, and I didn't want to go because I think her dude is like a fan. So I was like, no, I don't feel right saying hi to her and then he not know. This is like a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's like, I know it's like mature to all be there together, but that's like white people stuff, you know?
Right.
Where they're like, dude, I don't care. That was so long ago.
It's fine.
Mexicans can't do that.
Yeah.
That dude would probably be so mad he found out. What do you do? What do you bring him to the party for?
All right. He had a forbidden questions. What's her name?
No,
I'm just playing. It ain't
yeah,
here.
I'm about to tab on that one.
All right. Is there anything, what have you done while faded, Ralph Barbosa, that you wish you could take back?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope. I've blacked out and done some pretty idiotic things, but it's off. It's nothing too crazy. You know, never. It would have to be bad for me to really regret it.
Right.
Like, I'd have to go commit a hate crime for me to be like, man, like, I apologize to the Jewish community.
Have your homies ever told you like, yeah, man, you knocked the old girl down last night? You're like, no.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Had a forbidden questions. What cancel culture word you wish you could say? Like a word.
Only because when I was a kid, it didn't mean that, though. But I understand that it could be hurtful and stuff. But as a kid, it just meant you were just the party pooper, the guy who nobody wanted to be around. You were a snitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you answered that faster than what I thought because I was going to do a whole different kind of setup and everything.
You were going to list all the words?
No, I wasn't
going to print out the list of words?
No, I wasn't going to say any of the words. And matter of fact, even when you said it, you notice we all went,
yeah.
Yeah.
This is L.A. You got to be careful out here.
All right.
You do. I don't.
I'm taking you with me. You know when somebody fall or something, they grab things, that's the way I am.
You got to be careful. You got this whole office building. My career could end tomorrow. I'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll be back at the barbershop like nothing ever happened.
Hey, man, my career can end tomorrow. I'll be robbing your barbershop. Mad as a motherfucker. All right, now, the Hat of Forbidden Questions for $1 million. Cash. Tax-free. And I want you to really think about this. I want you to think about the money. $1 million.
I'm going to keep in mind that you're not going to actually give me this money.
Yeah. Tax-free. Would you have performed at Trump's inauguration? $1 million.
For $1 million,
tax-free, cash,
I would only perform there if I got it written in contract. I don't have to. You know what? No, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
But
you almost had a negotiation, or?
Well, I want to do a set where I don't have to talk about any politics or any support of him, and it has to be okay that I make fun of him as well. But at the same time, it's like, nah. But and for the record, I wouldn't want to perform at any president's thing.
Right.
I think it's kind of lame when comedians support presidents.
Right. So your Instagram and TikTok and all that, you wasn't leaning anybody, or you didn't do I voted sticker even though you didn't vote?
Yeah, I like to emphasize that I didn't vote, because if I do ever talk about any politics in my stand-up, whether it be making fun of the blue or making fun of the red, I like to let it be known, like, I'm making fun of you out of, like, the spirit of just making fun of something.
Right.
I'm not doing it because, like, well, I'm on this side and you guys are the dumb ones. Like, nah, like.
Had a forbidden questions. What comedian is just not that funny? What well-known or a known comedian is just not that funny?
to me.
Right.
This
to
is
you.
to me. And this guy is legendary in the comedy world. But this is not my cup of tea. I'm not into George Carlin like that. He's just making too much of a point sometimes.
Right.
He's right about a lot of stuff. I'm like,
Right.
yo, this guy's prolific. But I don't think it's that funny.
Right. All righty. Well, you got through the hat, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There goes my career.
Yeah. Yes. There's one that's going to probably bring you a little.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right. And then plus, man, if they come at me, I don't be like, dude, like, I don't know what he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't control me.
Yeah.
You gave me that script to read before we walked in, but you
Yeah.
don't control me.
Oh, yeah, not at all. And you read it just the way I gave it to you. Ralph Barbosa, thank you for coming into the neighborhood, man. On your day off.
On my day off.
Yeah.
On your day off. Thanks for having me on
But
my day
no,
off.
man, it's always a pleasure to see you, bro. And like I say, I love watching your journey.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? And I know that there's a whole lot more ahead of you. Is that somebody calling us right now? Who is this?
Every time you call me to come in here, I feel like it's like a progress report or like a check-in. You know what I mean? Like what do they call it at a job when they're making sure like how you doing so far?
Yeah, what is that? What is that called? It's not progress, not evaluation, but I
it's
know what
weird,
you're talking about.
But it almost feels like a therapy thing too, because if you're not telling me if I'm doing right or wrong, you're just kind of letting me talk. And then, a month from now, when people start watching this episode, they'll let me know if I'm doing right or wrong.
Right.
Like,
Big led you down that road, man.
they'd be like,
You
I
just
heard you on Big Boy, man. If you need a place to stay, just let me know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But do you stay with any of your fans?
Nah.
Nah?
It's like friends and family will reach out after.
Right.
That's why sometimes I avoid doing podcasts. They'll hear me on a podcast and be like, bro, is this true? You need somebody to talk to? You doing all right? Or
Hey,
other
man.
people will be like, dang, you must be nice.
Do you ever walk out of an interview and say, damn, I gave away too much, or I said too much?
A couple times,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I talk a lot. I talk a lot about my personal life on stand-up. My stand-up is 90% about me.
Right.
It's hardly ever like observational or anything like that. So I'm an open book. I'm gonna put it out there.
Had it always been like that? When we were talking about finding your voice, did you always talk about yourself?
Yeah.
And you?
I've tried at a lot of times to like, let me try to, expand my horizons.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like one of the first lessons I learned in stand-up was like, when I talk about me personally, it get laughs.
Right. Did you ever start off with like a Matter Daddy early on?
What is it? Matter Daddy? What the hell is that?
No, early on in your career. Like,
Doesn't-
had you ever started off with like any kind of Matter Daddy or anything like that?
Is that doesn't matter, Daddy?
No.
I don't know.
I could have got you already. I gave you mercy right now.
You get
I gave you mercy. I could have got on. I should have just. I should have just took it.
Man, they told me about those
What?
the Matter Daddies, but
What they tell you? Have you ever used one? You sure? Early on in your career? This is the most silent I ever heard you.
there's nothing to hear.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Do you know what a Matter Daddy is?
Somebody just told me when you hear Matter Daddy,
Just
shut
be
up.
quiet.
Yeah.
You already said it too, though. You know what I'm saying? It's
What's the Matter Daddy?
yeah. Oh, nothing. What's the matter with you? Damn, I hurt my arm trying to get that one. Let me ask you this though. Are we recording still? Let me ask you this. But nah, he from Texas, so he'll know.
Go ahead. What do you got?
If a dog and a pie cost had a race, which one would win?
If a dog and a
If a dog and a pie cost had a race, which one would win?
what's a pie cost?
About $9. Thank you so much. Barbosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.